Podketeers.
So I was going through. We're still we're dealing with moving stuff, and going through our CDs and things, and I found some interesting CDs that I had forgotten that I owned.
Before you continue,
Yes.
tell everyone listening and watching what a CD is for
Okay,
those that are not
CDs, all right.
familiar with the technology.
All right, if you're 12, a CD is it's a way to listen to music. It's a small silver disc. You put it in a player and it plays music. 12 songs usually. Unless you got those MP3 CDs and you had an MP3 player, then you
that
could,
was my favorite.
You could put 50 songs on those.
Yeah,
Depending on
no, it was
Those
like
are the
170.
I don't
I'll
know.
tell you a brief story once you're done.
No, you're fine. That's basically how you play CDs.
Okay,
You want me to show? Yeah, you tell.
Yeah, show your thing.
Oh,
okay, so
you go.
So mine was basically just that I have a very vast music collection, and I had an even larger collection. But when I was driving back and forth to school before I was living on campus, somebody broke into my car and they took a giant 200 disc collection that I had in there, like a binder. Because before, that's how you would do it. You would just carry your CDs, and if you were stupid like me, you had all 200 in the car with you. And I would buy. I love music. I bought a lot of music, all different genres. I would go to Goodwills and yard sales, and at the time there was a Tower Records and Warehouse Music and all sorts of stores that you could go buy CDs. I also signed up for Columbia House and BMG. Homer Simpson got a lot of mail to my house, I guess, at the time, allegedly. And so I had allegedly, and so I had a very vast collection, and when that got stolen, I was very bummed out. But thankfully, at the time is right around the time that I also had my Creative Zen. And so because I used to take it with me to listen to music, I had the MP3 player. All that stuff was ripped. I had copied it to my computer, and I had a folder that had all my albums in there. So it worked out for me because when I got my newer car, it wasn't a new car, it was just a newer used car that I had gotten at the time. I remember switching out the head unit because at the time, I think it was Kenwood, the company, that had developed a CD player that played MP3s.
Right.
And so instead of reading a standard CD, it would read the MP3s on a disc. And so instead of carrying 200 discs, I was creating mix music volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I had 20 or 30 discs with me, but each one had anywhere from 100 to 180 something songs on there.
Pure
because of
moves.
the length of but it was because I was so edgy, it was music with a Z, and so MUZIK.
Andrew's awesome mix.
Some of them were that.
Playlist.
Total Music. Now that's what I call Heyzen's Music Volume 5. It was all sorts of stuff. But it was great because I went from carrying 200 discs to a small binder of 20 or 30 discs.
Yeah.
But nobody ever took those. Occasionally people asked me for them when they liked some of the music.
Yeah.
As a responsible adult, I would say, no, you must buy your music, young lad. I would never provide this music for free for you. But if they just took my disc, I couldn't help it. So, I mean, if they just happened to take it, that it was then stolen. I could not control that. But I would not actively provide those for anybody ever.
And that's probably why we don't have CDs anymore more than anything.
Because they took them all from my car. You're right.
Yeah. So anyway, I found a little stack of CDs that I was keeping out from the drawer of CDs that we have because I thought they were interesting, and they have some nice album art and stuff too. I found this one. I forgot all of these, but this is a copyright 2019, this CD. It's called Great Moments with Walt Disney. And it was a free giveaway at D23. I just had to look it up because I didn't remember where it came from.
Like from the Music Emporium.
And it came from like the other, like if you bought something, you got this free.
Interesting.
And so it's like a bunch of like interviews with Walt about different things. A Steamboat Willie. That's it. I think maybe all of Steamboat Willie is on here. Maybe.
That's kind of cool, actually.
The synchronized sound. Walt Disney reminisces about Steamboat Willie. Only 9 months. Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf? A Legacy Begins. Walt Disney discusses the creation of Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf. The Challenger. World War II. Peter and the Wolf. Surprised to learn. Walt Disney recalls meeting Sergei Prokofiev. I don't know how to say that. Sorry, probably dead guy. Playing the Piper. One thing inspires another. Life lessons. No heavies and a good hard failure and closing. So that's it. It's still wrapped in its plastic. I don't know what this is. I'm sure somebody has ripped it.
Don't leave it in your
YouTube.
car.
Yeah. Then there's The Music of Cars Land, which is a great
I
CD.
have that one.
This one's great.
I remember purchasing that one when Cars Land opened.
Yep, how I know all Mater's songs and stuff. It's great CD. You used to be able to get the music from the parks.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this one, the Circle Sessions, Carthay
That's a good
Circle.
one, That's
restaurant.
a great one.
It's all jazz numbers of Disney songs. Another one that was in the sale, my favorite guys, I tell you what, Billy Hill and the Hillbillies.
That is.
I do not own that one.
I got this, buddy boy. This is one of those where I ripped this and then uploaded it to Spotify because they're like, you can have your music on Spotify. That was like a thing you could do at one point.
Fun.
And like you can't do that anymore, but it's still kind of floating around in my Spotify, so I can listen to this still somehow, which is great. And then it's the story of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So it's like
the original story that they used for the
it's
the
the
book
movie
version.
No, it's the movie, but it's just like
how they made
somebody. It's like it's it's like basically almost like a read along. Like it's somebody just going like,
oh wow.
And then Eddie Valiant walked
that's
into the
cool.
room, and then like Eddie goes like, ah, blah, 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 like that kind of thing.
That's
so
fun.
it's like a shortened, like a radio play version of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So
That's
it is also
cool.
not cleared for broadcast, is what it says on here.
Did you ever have, now that you mention it, when you were younger, did you have any of those read-along books? The Haunted Mansion one and stuff like that, where they would like read the story to you, and like there was like a little chime at the end of the page that like to like turn the page and stuff like that. Yeah, you never had those?
I don't think I did.
Poor.
I had a couple of those. I don't remember having many Disney ones. If I'm remembering correctly, my cousin had like a little record player, and I think some of the books that she originally got were like Rainbow Bright or Strawberry Shortcake or something like that, and then eventually came some of the Disney read-along books. But there was one, because she would also get albums that were like a part of that. I don't remember what the series was called, but there's one song that I clearly remember from that era, and I don't know why it sticks out in my head, but it was a song about like Mickey and Minnie. I think the lyric is like, Mickey and Minnie on a moonlit night, just the two of us and it feels so right, or something like that. It was like them in a car going out on a date or something like that as part of the story. I'm gonna try to find it.
I just found it right now, buddy boy.
Hey, did you?
Mickey and Minnie on a Moonlit Night is the second track of the Walt Disney record album Mickey's Rock Around the Mouse.
Rock Around the Mouse. That's
Mickey
what
and Minnie
it
on a
was.
Moonlit Night. Mickey and Minnie on a Moonlit Night. Mickey and Minnie on a Moonlit Night. Just the two of them, and it feels so right. Riding down Main Street in Mickey's Jalopy Coupe with the radio on, singing along with their favorite group.
Yeah. Making a minute on a moonlit
Core
night.
memory,
That's
wow.
it. Holy cow.
Wow.
Oh man. So yeah, so there was that, and then somehow I remember listening to the Haunted Mansion See and Hear, I think is what it was called. But those were great, man. Those they had like some of the original cast, and I don't know. I'm gonna try to find those too.
Yeah,
I think the Haunted Mansion one is on
Here is the
YouTube.
thing. Yep, I just brought it up. The Haunted Mansion See, Hear, and Read Storyteller LP.
Yeah, yeah. I know that there's some people that have
24-page
actively
book.
tried to archive these because a lot of them get lost to history, right? Like Disney doesn't reproduce them, and I think it's a fight with everything. I know that video games go through this a lot too, where people try to upload them to like archive.org. So if you're looking for some of these old books and some of these old recordings, you can set up a free account on the Internet Archive. And in some cases, it kind of works like Libby or like the library system, where like if one person's listening, they have to return it before you can listen to it. So you kind of sign up for like a list to listen to it for free. Not everything is like that. Some of it is just available for everyone to listen. Depends on who uploads it. But I'm glad that people do this because a lot of this stuff just gets lost. You know, like they're like Disney may have copies of it in the Disney archive, but they don't put it out for public consumption in any form. We've lost TV shows that way. We've talked about this countless times with Disney Plus and how it's easier for them to scrap an entire project for tax purposes instead of just making it available for people to watch, you know, because only a handful of people will watch it or whatever.
I just went on the Mickey Rock Around the Mouse album listing, and I'm looking at stuff, and Peter Renaday is the voice of Mickey Mouse on this album, which I thought was weird.
I mean, they had pretty ensemble casts.
I mean, it was in the 80s where like everybody was doing Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
But if you don't know Peter Renaday, he's the voice of Henry from the Country Bears. Is like the big thing that he's known for.
This is, I guess, part of their contract. They had to make recordings of any other character that they were asked for. Actually, that's a good thing for us to research. Now I want to know why he was the voice.
It's like somebody that, well, at that time it was just like whoever was available, it seems like. But it does say on his Disney Wiki thing that it looks like he was the voice on various albums of Mickey from 1977 to 1987, and also the voice of the Talking Mickey Mouse, which was the plushed Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
He also, what is this?
What is it? Don't leave us hanging.
I know.
Something about the Discovery Bay Chronicles. I don't know what this is. I'm going to have to look it up more. It says he played or voiced Jason Chandler, part of the Discovery Bay Chronicles pilot.
Jason Chandler was from the Big Thunder
Yeah,
Mountain
but this
story.
looks like this looks like it was something predating that. Or around then.
Interesting.
So that's another thing.
Wow.
This is why I like looking.
This is
Disney's Discovery Bay Chronicles, a 1984 pilot.
Like TV pilot?
Yeah, that like is based on Journey to the Center of the Earth. Oh, so it's it's like a TV show tying together Discovery Bay and Tokyo Disney, maybe? I don't know. Wait, no, that's not 84, is it?
No.
But it's got
But maybe it was the precursor because they were trying to
has-
set up the stories.
So it has the in Paris there's all this Jules Verne stuff where it's like the Paris, like the blimp that they have with the big like net around it. And then there's like the Nautilus is here, and like there's all kinds of stuff. I don't know. This looks crazy, and I'm gonna have to do more research into this.
In my heart, that's where the Smashing Pumpkin. Yeah, in my heart, that's where the Smashing Pumpkins filmed the Tonight Tonight video.
Yeah.
In Discovery Bay with all that Jules Verne stuff, but it's how I tie my Disney fandom to the Smashing Pumpkins. But.
Yeah. So if anybody knows anything about the Discovery Bay Chronicles,
well, why don't we put a pin in it for now and research it some more, see what we find, and then we'll do like a segment on it. I think that'll be kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to save this for another day. There's a very small amount of information that I can find right now, but who knows?
Sweet.
Anyway, let's move on because I keep getting us off track.
No, that was fun.
Yeah, that was awesome. I don't even know how... Oh, we ended up there because of CDs, right?
Because
Old
of
technology.
the CDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I went down a rabbit hole of Peter Renaday's like stuff.
That's funny. Hey, happy 31st anniversary to Temple of the Forbidden Eye.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yay.
was happening a few days ago, I believe. This last week it celebrated its 31st birthday. How did you celebrate?
Yep.
I ran around the house and went dun 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 dun, like I was driving a Jeep. Nice. Up the stairs, down the stairs.
Okay, fair.
Tumbled.
I like it.
I like turned the stove on, and I was like, ah, like there's fire, and
did you roll a giant boulder at people around your house?
I had a yoga ball, and I rolled it down the stairs, and
nice. That's the way to do it. That's a good way to celebrate. I love
Right?
it. I love it.
No, I dressed up as Sala, and I just walked up to people on the street, and I was like, and I did the safety spiel at them. That's what I did. I'm like, welcome, my friends, the Temple of Forbidden Eye. And they're like, excuse me?
You should walk up to them and be like,
this is a Trader Joe's.
Your Lord and Savior, Indiana Jones. You just walk around. It's like, my friend, have you heard of? It'd be funny.
Take heed, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Like, it's like, have you
Indiana Jones Adventure. It's in the Temple of the
about
Forbidden
our
Eye.
Lord and Savior?
Indiana Jones.
My friends, Indiana Jones, he is here. The second coming, Indiana Jones. My friends.
Jones. Oh, man. Let's see.
So that's what I did.
That's good. I'm glad. Mel, did you celebrate in any way, or?
You know what? One of the best ways I do is just watching.
Crystal Skull?
Oh, no. Why am I blanking out?
Right
Raiders
through.
of the Lost Ark.
Oh, Raiders of the Lost
Not
Ark.
Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
No. Absolutely not. No.
I put
Not on that
ashes
date.
on my forehead in the shape of a whip.
Oh. I mean, to all their own. Sure. I like it. Better than getting whipped, I guess.
It was the Eye of Mara.
Oh yeah, the Eye of Mara.
Oh.
That's better. That's less dumb. Yes, I put ashes in the shape of the Eye of Mara on my forehead.
I can decode
Oh,
There you
my
go.
God.
Maraglyphics with my stuff up there. Yeah, that's good.
You know what? You
Yeah.
say Maraglyphics. I am upset about this transition. I'm not upset about it, but they called it Marabic originally.
Yes.
And then they were like Maraglyphics. But they're not glyphics. They're letters.
That's true. They are letters.
But everybody started calling them Maraglyphics.
You know
And
what?
I'm like, just come up with a new
They're
language
wrong.
then.
Maranese.
Maranese.
I will go back to Marabic because I kind of like that name. So, unless there was a reason why they stopped using it, I don't know if there's a reason
But they're
why
not
they moved away from
glyphs.
it. You're right. They are not
No.
images. They are not glyphs. They are indeed an alphabet. So, maybe we'll come up with a new name for it.
Yeah, Mara Centauri.
That's funny. Let's see. What do we got? What else happened this week? Hoppers coming to theaters. I think it's out today.
That's that movie with James Corden where he plays the Easter Bunny.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
That was Hop.
Was it Hop?
It's called Hop.
I don't think we ever saw the trailer for Hoppers. I'm going to bring it up real quick so that we can quickly watch it. We could discuss it because there were some interesting things that happened as part of the release of this film. So I'll tell you about those in a moment. But for those that have not seen the trailer for Hoppers, here we go. I'm going to play this and then we can talk about it. So.
Doc! I need your help. Mabel, I'm in the middle of class. A class that you are enrolled in. Come with me. The traditional methods to understand animals just weren't working. But we've done it, Mabel.
Oh, I'm supposed to be comedy. She was dressed up like a beaver. 3D printer, Heyzen got beaver robot.
Hoppers. Huh? We put this into this. Yes, this.
You put your brain into the beaver robot. And then she puts the thing on her head. And now her brain's in a beaver robot.
They were in the same den.
And now she can hear all the animals talking.
What you doing later?
This is incredible!
And she's a beaver.
Hey, what's your name, Beaver?
There's a beaver with a crown.
Live here. You better learn pond rules.
What are pond rules?
Oh, I am clearing the rest of the day. Let's hear it for Mabel, everyone.
Lizard. All the animals are just making noises.
Stranger. Looking good, Fran. Tom,
She's just getting carried around by a bear.
Peter, Petey.
Right.
I love it that they were naming every single ant.
Yeah, Peter, Petey.
Number two, when you gotta eat, eat. How did he get a little crown?
That's your question?
Like fish water fountains.
Last inch of land from us.
There he is.
We got
That's
one
John
back.
Hamm as a mayor or something.
She seems to have become a Joan of Arc type rebel leader.
Mabel, we do not use hopping technology to upset the animal world.
She made herself offline.
Council has been summoned.
Bird,
The
fish,
shrill
frog,
order is right.
butterfly.
Treachery ends here. Now. Let's squish the humans. Wait.
I think that's Meryl Streep as the butterfly.
Why should we?
It sounds like her.
I really don't think we need to go all the way to squish.
Whoa, the bird exploded? Is that what happened?
It did.
Oh, I guess it was one of the robot birds, probably. Beaver in the car. Lizard in the car.
Your life is in danger. You must do exactly as we say, Harry. LOL, I mean, Jerry. Drive.
Just like voice to, like text voice on the phone.
That is hilarious.
Beaver stole the phone.
So
Looks good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so in short, I looked up the brief description. It says it's an animated sci-fi comedy about a young animal lover who uses experimental technology to transfer her consciousness into a lifelike robotic beaver. She infiltrates the animal kingdom to protect their forest habitat from destruction, ultimately rallying them to face a human threat. So it looks like it has a lot of very funny moments in it. The reason I thought it was even funnier is my son sent me this video because Tim Lizard coming to Fortnite.
Uh-huh.
Fortnite.
I love his face.
Thursday. Fortnite.
So the reason this video was also making the rounds and why I guess Epic decided to announce it this way is because in the film there's a scene where the lizard is hitting
That was
the
the
phone. And it's like
original like viral part of it was just hitting lizard.
Lizard.
That was
That's
a
what it
big
was,
thing for
lizard.
a while, yeah.
And so then, as part of the release, then we got this lizard do the Fortnite thing.
Fortnite.
And he's dancing. That's what it looks like in game, by the way.
It.
That's kind of scary.
That it's dancing.
That is hilarious.
No, the one in Fortnite is kind of like an abomination.
It's a giant lizard. It's like human
Yeah,
sized.
It's like a human in a lizard costume. It's
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And also, the lizard costume looks like you're wearing a diaper.
That's funny.
I can see that costume for Halloween being a hit.
Oh man, especially considering that it's got like the funny googly eyes that just like
Yes.
fly like independently from each other.
Right.
And then on top of that, there was an announcement from the Disney parks that they are adding some challenges to the Redwood Creek area of California Adventure, and there was this video with Piper Curta and Bobby Moynihan announcing some of that. So let's take a look at that.
Friends, Bobby Moynihan and Piper Curta here at the Disneyland Resort, celebrating the release of our new film, Hoppers.
Are you ready to hop into the animal world?
Starting today, you can visit the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail to experience Mabel, Seek, and Find, where you can hop into one of 4 animals.
Complete all the challenges and you will receive stickers of each character. Would you believe that?
You beaver believe it, including my personal favorite for obvious reasons, King George.
Hello, I think the Tom Lizard might be my favorite, but don't miss this limited time offering here at Disney California Adventure Park.
And of course, don't miss Disney and Pixar's Hoppers in theaters this Friday. All right, let's get those stickers.
That's like evil.
Ooh.
That wasn't scary at all. Talking about
like
the
evil
lizard being
Heimlich.
scary.
Right.
If you thought the lizard was scary, that's
know,
a little cuckoo bananas.
I wonder if they're letting adults do this, because I'm gonna be at Disneyland soon, and I kind of want a sticker.
Let us know.
Why not?
Stickers. I love stickers. Hey, if everybody didn't know, I love stickers. If you ever want to send me stickers, I have a big old bin full of stickers. They're awesome. Stickers are great.
I love stickers as well. Yeah, let us know if they let you do it. I'm sure that they would. All of the experiences
Yeah.
are never restricted just for children. Like, especially if you have to pay for it.
Right.
Right.
They
Exactly.
love when people pay
Better
for it.
be
That's why those
included.
Easter hunts for all those eggs are always so exciting. Because they let everybody do them for the low price of $35, I think, or I don't know what they cost now.
I can't remember. I thought it was like 14 or something.
Okay.
I was gonna say not 30.
No,
Well,
I
I
think it was like
guess
15 bucks.
I say 30 because we always
'Cause
buy one for each
Right.
kid, so
Oh,
it's like, you know,
true.
yeah, so
Kinda scared
anyway,
us for a moment.
yeah. So yeah, Hoppers. I wanted to ask, it's funny how we're always talking about how they choose to really market certain films. Why Hoppers? Because it's seemingly one of those films that doesn't have an IP tied to it already. Like, I understand why they would be heavily promoting Toy Story 5. And, you know, it has a legacy, obviously. People are going to be out there, and they know it's going to bring in a lot of money. But
Right.
we've seen them do this with other things that don't have an apparent IP tied to it. Why is Hoppers getting, like, the really big mega push marketing treatment?
That's a good question. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe to see if... I don't know. I mean, it's actually good to see that they're pushing an original story, because with Elio, it wasn't like this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they didn't like have any parks tie-ins or meet and greets, as far
No.
as I remember, or anything like that.
I think they had like this one thing, but that was like... Maybe I'm getting confused with it, but actually I think it's a good thing that they're doing this, and hopefully it has a good like response, and people go see this the movie in theaters, because it looks hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
It does.
marketing definitely makes it look like a big like romp comedy, as opposed to like, I think Elio was trying to have like that like adventure and whimsy and curiosity and all this sort of thing, and be like very complicated and nuanced, and this one's like, how about there's a lizard that hits a button and it's funny?
Yeah.
How about like a bunch of animals like are like gonna beat up on a bunch of people or something and it's funny? I don't know what happens, but it seems like this one's going to be a little more slapsticky and silly, which is my sensibility for sure. And I liked Elio generally. But this one I think might be a little more up my alley.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like I said, it's just funny how certain films really get pushed, and I feel like this one, Elio, I know had a couple of controversial scenes that were in some countries they ended up pulling them out. There were some LGBTQ plus like coded scenes. There was like something called a trash and show, and like some of the scenes in Elio's bedroom, I think, and some of the like clothing choices, I think, were very queer coded. So I think that alone is maybe why they didn't push it, because they didn't want to stir up controversy like tied to the film. I could be wrong, of course, but the story for Elio, I think, was interesting enough. I remember watching the trailer and thinking like, oh my god, like Mel was also really excited about this. When we saw the trailer, like, oh my god, it's a sci-fi, it's an original movie, like they got aliens, and like I remember being super excited about Elio. I didn't watch it at the movie theater. I ended up watching it after. I liked the story. I thought it was fine, but aside from those controversies that, you know, they had to remove or they wouldn't play it in certain countries and stuff like that, Hoppers, it doesn't look like it has anything like that.
Sure.
You know, from the beginning to potentially cause that type of problem. And, you know, given the climate of things, I guess, maybe that's why we're getting this one and we're getting it pushed so hard. Maybe they're using it as, because it's too early to be like, normally those kickoff of summer films are in like May, early June, like mid to late May, early June, right? So this isn't like the kickoff of summer. It's not Memorial Day weekend or anything. That's is that when Toy Story is getting released? Is that going to be their kickoff for summer movie? When does Toy Story 5 get released?
I would
June 19th.
Yeah, so that's their summer kickoff movie. So yeah, I don't know. Either way, it looks good.
The other thing with Elio was it had like a bunch of like shakeups when it came to like the director and the cast and stuff like that. That was, I think, detrimental to, because like the director got pushed off of it, and it was like her original story that she was like, she brought to, like, you know, she was a Pixar person and like made the story, and it was like very personal to her. And then like stuff started changing, and she got like, I don't know if she left because they were like changing it from what she wanted it to be, or they removed her from it. And then whoever was voicing, I think it was it America Ferrera or somebody was voicing the aunt originally, and then it got changed to whoever it is now, and there's like a bunch of shakeups in the beginning, and I wonder if any of that also affected the like release strategy of Elio. But yeah, either way, I'm excited to see Hoppers.
Yeah. Well, let's see. What else do we got? Oh, I just realized we've been going on for about half an hour now. So I'll tell you what. Before we jump and thank a very special group of listeners and viewers, Mel, why don't you tell us a little bit about your upcoming con that you're going to be a part of? And I want to bring this up.
CritterCon.
Yay! Since we're talking about hoppers and all these little critters.
right. That's perfect segue. So pretty much CritterCon, it's gonna be all about for the animals, for the critters. What am I gonna be doing? I'm gonna be there as a vendor. I'll be there with my art pieces and whatnot. I'll be there with actually a lot more artists. Really nice people. You want to check it out. Pretty much the goal that we want to that we have is we want to raise money for like different wildlife rescues, and different programs that, you know, pretty much are like for kitten rescue, dog rescue, puppy rescue, you name it. That's pretty much our goal. It's not necessarily like, oh yeah, we want to make money. No, it's we want to raise money for them. It's all for a good cause, and it's gonna be, as of this recording, it'll be this weekend on the 14th on Saturday from 12 to 8, and you still have time to get your tickets. It's through the link, or if you want to click on the not click, scan the QR code. It's $2 per ticket, and those $2 go to, again, to different wildlife programs, and rescues, of course. And they've been announcing like the different, I guess you'd say, the different vendors or different people that are going to be there. There's going to be a speaker. There's going to be somebody making pancake art. There's going to be so many different things. I know that there's going to be somebody drawing pet portraits, and talking about pets. People are allowed to bring their pets, and last year we met a bunch of different pets. Just to name a few, there was a pet, of course, puppies, kittens, a pig, a pigeon. What else did I see? So many different ones, but other than that, we got to meet other different wildlife, and I mean, we saw raccoons, a skunk, possums, tarantulas. There was a snake, and I missed it, and I'm hoping there's another snake, because I really want an opportunity. I do. To like hold one if possible, if the opportunity, arrives. But there's just a lot, and as we were mentioning, like, about hoppers, the timing about what's going on in the world and whatnot, and it's a good place to come by. Even if you just pay for the $2 and just say hi, that means a lot. And it's such a good, like, a feel-good environment and event, and you're gonna be going home with a smile. So check it out. Hope I see you, because I'll be there, of course, like I said. And if you're there, check me out. Come find me. My table's full of pink. You can't miss it. It's pink on purpose so that you can find it. So there you go.
It's bright.
I hope it is.
It's fluorescent.
On purpose.
I love it. By the way, I don't know how much you know about this, but when I was on I think their tickets go through Eventbrite. I had seen that they're also doing an art show. So if we're gonna try to entice you to go, and if your thing isn't life critters, maybe an Animal Crossing mini art gallery is your thing, and you can just watch.
I totally forgot about this.
Drawn or art representing tiny animals that talk and live in houses and live on islands, and you can visit, and all sorts of cool stuff. So you can also be a part of this. Do you know much more about the mini art gallery that's going on?
Pretty much there's going to be a lot of pieces. Usually with the art galleries, they'll have like paintings, drawings, mixed media, sculpts. I'll be taking part of this, and that's what I've been working on with my little KK slider, as he's asleep. So it's really, really cool, because those who are taking part in it, I mean, like I said, I don't want to say I work with these people, but we come together in these markets and the art galleries. So I already know that there's going to be a lot of cool stuff to see.
That's awesome. All right, so that's it. CritterCon, March 14th, over in Stanton, California. It's at the Boys and Girls Club. It's down the street from Disneyland. It's not a very long drive. It's on Catella. It's maybe like a 7 to 10 minute drive. So head on over. Like Mel said, it's $2. If anything, if you just want to go browse, that $2 is going towards a really great cause. It's going to be helping a lot of rescues and stuff. So get a chance to view some cool art. If you get there in time and you want to hold a skunk, maybe you can hold a skunk. I don't know if they de-skunkify it. I can't promise you that may or may not happen.
I could say that the little ones, because they only bring babies,
Okay.
They don't have all that stuff yet.
Okay. All right. Well,
so they don't have
there
that
you go.
plumbing.
Now you can hold a skunk without feeling like you're gonna get skunked because it's a baby skunk.
Right.
So,
See, something I learned.
da-da-da-da-da.
Baby skunk do do
Do-do-do-do-do, baby
my
skunk,
gosh.
do-do-do-do-do, baby skunk, do-do-do-do-do, baby skunk. And on that note, let's take a brief moment to thank a very special group of listeners and viewers known as the FGP Squad, our podcast Fairy Godparents, because it is their support via Patreon that help make these episodes of Podketeers possible. For more information on how you can join the FGP Squad family, we invite you to go to podketeers.com/FGP. Why? Because on that page, you're going to find a list of some of our top contributors, a link to our Patreon, some information about what the FGP Squad is all about. But in short, I'll tell you what it's all about. Being a part of the FGP Squad family gets you some additional perks, like access to a special section of our Discord, additional content that we've uploaded to Patreon, discount codes for new Podketeers gear. I have taken up the hobby of 3D printing over the last year or so, and I make a lot of stuff. And I don't have room to house everything, so I'll occasionally just mail it out to members of the FGP Squad. And so you might just get a cool little random thing from me at any point, so you get stuff as well. And more. So if you're interested, head on over to podketeers.com/FGP. And of course, to all of the members of the FGP Squad, we just want to send a huge thank you for your continued support. Since we're talking about links, podketeers.com/links is where you want to go for all your Podketeer linking needs, because on that page you're going to find our latest episode, a link to the Quizneyland playlist, of course a link for the FGP Squad, a link to our Discord community. You'll find any fundraisers that we're currently running with our official charity team, Teamboat Willie, resources in case we're trying to help with any initiatives that are going on. For instance, if we were helping cast members or with the fires and all that stuff, all that information was also on that page as part of our Teamboat Willie efforts. On that page, you're also going to find a link to our YouTube channel, which, by the way, we're trying to reach 1,000 subs over on YouTube by the end of 2026. So if you can help us out and you got a ton of Google accounts that you can go and sub with, help us out. Leave a little like, a comment, if possible. That'll really help the algorithm. So yeah, we would truly appreciate that. On that page, you'll also find a link to our Armchair Imagineering playlist. So I can promise you that once a week there's going to be updates on that page, because every week, of course, there's a new episode. But like I said, it's also a resource page for anything that we're doing for charity and all sorts of stuff. So set a link, set a shortcut over on your desktop, whatever is easiest for you. Podketeers.com/links. Now let's get back to the show. All right, let's see. Andrew, I want to show this video that you sent to us because Belle from Beauty and the Beast was trying to get the audience's attention, and she was like, hey, listen, this is what you got to do. And Belle said, hey, you got to do this. And I was like, okay, Belle, that sounds great. How can I help you out? And so I want to bring up this video. It has to do with Disney on Broadway for schools through a program called Stage Connect. So let me bring up this video here. Boop. Bam. All right, here we go.
And so this is part of the tour of Beauty and the Beast, this new tour of Beauty and the Beast that is just recently started touring.
All right.
On behalf of Disney, we have some exciting news to share. When I was in 5th grade, I did my very first musical. It was You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, and I played Marvel's Snoopy's cousin. Being exposed to theater at a young age really, really changed my life. It made me more imaginative, it grew community, it taught me about teamwork. We have exciting news right now. In any public elementary school in the U.S. can apply for Disney Musicals in Schools Stage Connect. This is a free program that gives schools everything they need to start producing shows like Aladdin, Lion King, Frozen, and many more. And Disney is looking for schools right now to start applying. So if you know any public elementary schools or educators or teachers who you think would be interested in implementing a musical theater program in an elementary school, please share this information. Again, that is DisneyMusicalsInSchools.com/Stage Connect. You got it? Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Have a good night.
All right, so Belle has
awesome.
spoken. If you
Right.
are any type of educator for elementary schools, Stage Connect. Is Stage Connect similar to how you get some of the Disney stuff? Or
So
what
I
do you
think
know about
this
Stage
is-
Connect?
So I think this is a new program. The way we get our shows through some of the theaters that I work at is through it's called Musical Theater International. They're the rights holders for the Disney musicals. And so if you don't know about producing plays, you have to pay for royalties to produce the plays and the Disney ones. They have not just Disney, other plays have these too, but they have like what's called a junior version or a kids version, which is like a shortened, simplified version of the show. It comes with the music and, like on a CD or, a file. I think they just email you the files now. And you can put on the show there, and it kind of comes with a book that like shows you how to like, this is what, upstage is versus downstage and stage left. And this is like what this scene means and all this stuff. It gives you all of these like information if you're like, an English teacher that is not well versed in theater, but your kids want to do theater, or the school wants you to do a show. Those things help you. And so I think this Disney Musical as Schools Stage Connect is a separate thing. I guess I never even went to the website. Disney.
I'm on there
Musicals.
now, actually.
Yeah.
So there's a brief description in the Learn More portion of Stage Connect. So it says, now accepting applications for 2026-27 school year. It says, bring the magic of Disney to your school and shine a spotlight on your students through Stage Connect, an online teacher training platform that helps public elementary schools produce enduring musical theater programs. Any public elementary school in the United States is eligible to apply. Schools with demonstrated economic need are particularly encouraged to apply. Schools with access to our residency program offered in select cities are encouraged to apply to their local program for in-person training. Not sure if your school district is eligible for in-person model? Browse our current locations. I took a look at the locations, and it looks like there's about 21 cities that have the in-person training. Among them is the Segerstrom Center for the Arts in Orange County, California. In Florida, it's the Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts. It's also in West Palm Beach, Florida, at the Kravis Center for the Performing Arts.
I've heard of all of those places.
So there's also a couple places in Arizona, Kentucky, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nevada, New York at the Disney Theatrical Group. So this is great. It looks like this year, just one more point from here, it says up to 200 schools will be selected to participate in Disney musicals as part of Stage Connect and receive free access for the free performance rights to a Disney show. This is fantastic, I think, because if, like you were saying, Andrew, if schools or theaters have to pay for the rights to do stuff like this, given a lot of the cuts to the arts in many of the schools can afford to pay for the rights for these types of things. And usually you can entice kids to be a part of these things when they're familiar with the properties that they're going to be participating as part of. So if it's a Disney property, if it's a film that they like or something, they're much more likely to be a part of the presentation and the production than if it was just some random play that they were going to do. So having access to these for free, I think, is pretty crucial and critical to continue schools or to continue allowing schools to have access to these artistic ventures.
Right. And it looks like
Yeah.
the deadline for applications for this is the day this episode releases. So hopefully if you're a teacher and you want to do this, you've heard about it already. I'm sure emails and things have gone out, but you got this last day. It says March 9th is the deadline for applications. But I'm hoping that this program is successful and they will continue it. That's just for this first iteration of it. And yeah, because the rights for these things are anywhere between, I think it says that you would be producing a kids musical, which is the 30 to 40 minute version of it. That's the most cut down. And they can be anywhere from like $500 to $1,200 for the rights, depending on the size of your venue and there's a bunch of different factors that go into the pricing of rights for some of these shows. And so it really is great, like you're saying, to give these schools an opportunity to do a well-known show, and that the kids will hopefully be excited about. And Disney has a lot of kids musicals that aren't even that are shows that haven't been on Broadway or anything like that. Because we just did at our theater, one of the theaters I work at, we did 101 Dalmatians Kids. But they have, let's see, if I'm on the MTI website, they have Aladdin Kids, Aristocats Kids.
I've seen locally, I saw an advertisement for a Frozen Junior.
Yeah, I just
one
did
of the
Frozen
local
Junior
schools.
too. But they have Frozen Kids, Finding Nemo Kids, Beauty and the Beast Kids, possibly. I didn't see that there. Lion King Kids, Jungle Book.
Do they
My
have levels?
Son Pinocchio.
Do they have an elementary school version, a junior high version, and a high school version, or are they all kind of the same?
So there's kids, which is the elementary school version. That's the for 10 and under sort of thing. They're 30 minutes or so. And then there's junior, which is about 45 minutes to an hour 15, depending on the show. They're all kind of different. And those we do up to with teenagers. You can't be anywhere older than 18.
Gotcha.
To be in a junior, according to the rights, the royalties. And then there's the full production is the third level, is the big one that's on Broadway or had been, or is the full version of a show.
Gotcha.
And those are the three levels that Disney has, but most all rights holders have some version of that. There are a couple of shows that have a school edition, which is usually means it's the full show and it's just edited for content. So we did we did Les Mis school edition, and it just it kept most of the stuff in there, but it took out just a little bit of the darker stuff areas. But that one really seemed like the full show. But we did a Hades Town Teen Edition, which is for teens. They have some of these shows have different versions. There's also a TYA versions, which is theater for young audiences. So that's for adults to perform for children. So there's all these different versions of shows that are tailored to different areas. But the kids versions of the shows that this program would be a part of are meant for younger kids. We've had I think our youngest in 101 Dalmatians Kids was 5.
Oh wow!
Wow.
And so he just played one of the little dogs and come out and have have one line or something, and there you go.
How cute.
So they really make it so there's just a billion roles you could stick these kids into.
You are Rock 1. You are Rock 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rock 1. I mean, but they give people all the characters, if you're in the show, have a line at least.
That's awesome.
Everybody speaks at least one line.
You feel like you're a part of it that way. You're
Exactly.
More invested.
And the kids that have a little more experience or a little more outgoing can, maybe get those larger roles, Cruella de Vil or whatever, Pongo, that have a little more speaking line than like, Spot or
Rock
I don't
1
know.
or Rock 2.
Rock 1.
The Bush.
Dwayne the Rock 2.
All right, so I want to ask you a question. This is
Sure.
100% serious. I know it's going to sound like a joke, but this is 100% serious. Are you allowed to take these adaptations, like Aladdin Kids, Aladdin Jr., whatever, and have the kids 100% perform them with sock puppets?
The way you stage your show is up to you.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, the royalties provide you allow you to do the show using the songs and the script and everything like that. But the way you do your show is completely up to you. You could do an all Muppets Aladdin Jr. if you really wanted to.
Oh my.
How fun.
But you have to be 10 years old to do it. But that's why you'll see like concepts that are that are different from the originals. Especially for like some older musicals, like people do like Into the Woods, and it takes place in like a
The
back
mean
alley or
streets
something.
of-
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And they'll take and flip some of the ideas of the show, but you're not changing the text, which is the thing you can't change. You can't change the words that they say or how the song goes, but the way you put the show on is completely up to your theater company.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's
so you
cool.
could do
All
a
right,
sock
so-
puppet show of Frozen Jr.
I want to see a sock puppet show of Frozen Jr. Make it happen.
Make the
Make
costume
it
changes
happen.
a lot easier.
Here, slip on this sock.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right. Well, since we're talking about Broadway, we have one more semi-Broadway related story. Andrew, I think you brought this to our chat
no.
as well, and I thought this was awesome. Why? Because I love this film. There seems to be an unofficial concept album
I was trying to
for
remember what it was.
Meet the Robinsons.
Correct.
This is amazing. I love this. I was trying to do a little bit more research on this. It looks like it was put together. I can't find the person's name. I thought I had Elijah Zurich, I believe, was the person's name that was helping put this together. But the thing that's really cool about this project is, here, I'm going to move over to this slide here, because the cast is a bunch of people from Broadway musicals. It's not just a bunch of random people that they decided to get together to make this thing happen. A lot of do you recognize a lot of these names, Andrew? I know that there's some people here from Wicked. There's some people here from I know Kevin Chamberlain. He was on the TV show Jessie.
Yeah, Kevin Chamberlain is the name that I know. He has done a bunch of stuff on Broadway. He was the original Uncle Fester in Addams Family. He was the original Horton in Seussical. So yeah, he's the biggest one. I'm clicking on some of these on the Broadway World. They have like their little list of shows and everything. Caroline Bowman, who is I didn't see who she's playing, but she was in the North American tour of Frozen. Played over 1,000 performances as Elsa.
Not Frozen Jr.
Not Frozen Jr. She did the full kit and whatever. How does that go? The whole thing.
The whole kit and caboodle.
Caboodle. That's I was like, I forgot the rest of how that sentence goes. But yeah, it looks like there's, some people that have some credits on here for sure. Kevin Chamberlain is definitely the biggest name on there. He's a Tony nominee and everything like that. But yeah, I haven't had a chance to listen to it, but I believe it's available on Apple Music and Spotify to listen to. But yeah, I just found it today as we're recording this, so I'm excited to give it a listen, because these concept albums are interesting. I know they've done it for, I think they did a Ratatouille one a few years back. Ratatouille musical concept, and they've done this with some other properties as well, non-Disney and Disney alike. But this one seems to be one of the bigger pushes that I've seen in recent history, especially getting somebody like Kevin Chamberlain as part of the cast.
Kevin Chamberlain was the name that originally stuck out for me, but Carrie Renee Fuller is the latest Elphaba, I think.
Okay.
In Wicked. So she was announced not too long ago. So when I saw her name on there, I was like, wait a second, these are just not like friends of the person putting this together.
Right.
These are hard hitters on Broadway that are putting this together. I started listening to the album. I was checking it out on Apple Music, and it's good. I've listened to the first 4 tracks so far. I dig it. But I'm also a huge Meet the Robinsons fan.
Yeah.
I do think that if you're just a fan of musicals in general, even if you're not a fan of Meet the Robinsons, I think that you can appreciate the album, and I think that you'll enjoy the storytelling that goes along with the album. I definitely recommend that you go check it out. Again, I'm only 4 tracks in so far. I was listening to it before we started recording today, and I dig it so far. So that's my 4 tracks in review of it so far.
Nice. So yeah, it's there's not no slouches on this. Like you said, it's not just a bunch of people's friends gathered together and all right, Andrew made Roger Rabbit the musical. Let's go record it. I guess this is a real deal project.
But listen, if you ever did Roger Rabbit the musical, I would sign up for it.
All right.
I don't know how much value I could bring to it, but I would sign up for it, and
Okay.
I would help you on that. So,
Heyzen
know that.
as Eddie Valiant.
I don't know if I could pull that off. I could
Heyzen-
be Rock 2.
Hazen as the guy in the bar that says, I
What do you
saw
have,
him."
Mac?
Yeah.
What do you have,
I
Mac?
saw a rabbit. Here he is. Say hello, Javi.
I will be Fire Hydrant 4.
Just one of the bullets in the gun.
Yes. The two
Which
gun.
way to go?
That's my line right there.
There you
That's
go.
how I get involved. All right, so Meet the Robinsons again. I love that film. I think it's vastly underrated.
Kevin
but
Chamberlain or anybody that's a part of this musical, you want to come on talk about it?
Come talk about it.
Come talk about it
Sure.
with the Podketeers. Why not? That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
it would be awesome.
I like musicals. We like musicals. Musicals are good.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're so fun. And it all starts in elementary school with Stage Connect. Elementary school teachers, go sign up for it. It's all
we're
connected.
all coming back together.
That's what
Go
happens.
see Legally Blonde the musical at where I'm doing it.
Yeah.
That's a months away.
Sell your tickets. All right. I think that's a good place to wrap up this episode.
All right.
Andrew, show us your shirt before we wrap up for today.
Shirt. This is probably my most beat up shirt that I still have around. This is, I somehow wore it to work too many times, but this is a grand reopening of Buena Vista Street, or reopening of Buena Vista Street. So it's got the red car trolley on it. It says red car trolley. There's the Carthay Circle over there. It says something blah blah blah. There's like a grand opening ticket thing on the sleeve, and it has a whole bunch of text that you can't read. That's tiny. But this one's, I had to wear an undershirt with it because it's so full of like holes and things.
Oh wow!
But I'm keeping it because it was like a grand opening. Like, yeah, so that's the black spot. That's an undershirt. That's not part of the design.
I didn't even notice that.
I thought it was like a rivet on the trolley or like a
Nice.
headlight or
It's a
something.
hole. It's
Nice.
a sentimental shirt, but I can't wear it around anymore because it is too threadbare and worn out. But it's a nice shirt.
That's
20.
awesome.
What was that? 2012.
2012.
I think
When
so.
Buena Vista Street opened
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
2012. All right. CritterCon, check it out, March 14th, Stanton, California, Boys and Girls Club. Go say hi to Mel. At some point,
come
I'm
see me.
planning on being there. I don't know how long I'm going to be there, but I'm planning to at least show up and say hi to Mel, hang out for a little bit. Stage Connect, elementary school teachers. Go sign up if you can. Hopefully you already knew about this and you're going to help your students grow with a little bit of art. And that's it. That's where we're going to wrap it up. So until next time, keep dreaming, keep moving forward, and always remember to pass on the magic. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.